Hey, hey. How y'all doing? How am I doing? I don't know. Give me a minute. I need a minute because I couldn't find my cord, but I know y'all don't really care about that, but it means a lot to me. Okay. Welcome to Ask Alma. Hello. Chime in and let me know you are here because you know what? I'm sweating. Menopausal. And just had a lot going on today. Okay, so I need Danielle, girl, I feel a love. Hello. Mary Lou, Brazy Lee, how the girls doing, girl? Hello. I need y'all today more than you know. All right, it's Tuesday at 7:00. Call your friend, cousin Tracy, girl. Yeah, call a friend. Ask them to log on so they can watch Ask Alma, and we all can talk about it for the rest of the week until next week, Tuesday, when we come back on again. Okay. It was something else I wanted to ask y'all real fast, but you know, at this age, it pops out of your mind. So hair on point. Thank you, girl. But anyway, let me have my panel come on in so I can have a minute because I need a minute, y'all. I need a minute. Come on in here. Hey,
y'all.
Hi, y'all. Hey, Mayor. Hey, Mayor. What's going on? How you doing? Lee, I'm sweating.
You sweating, boo?
Sweating like a racehorse coming in second.
Sweating like Darren Barry.
That sounds like a Lee-ism right there. Like
where'd you get that
coming in second.
You know what? Y'all want to know where I got that from? Angelique, how are you?
Hey, Angelique.
Hey.
Thanks for tuning in.
I got that off of In the Heat of the Night. I watched it today. It was funny. But they should
they had some great
revamp that show. It would be the best thing for America.
Even if they just reran the old ones. It was such a good show. It was so
you were watching Sidney Poitier or Harold Rollins?
Harold Rollins. The series, yeah. But we would need it updated, D. It couldn't be the old cast. Like we would.
Well, they're all dead. So
no, because one of the officers is now on a Tyler Perry show. Remember the black woman who was a police officer?
in the Harold Rollins version,
yeah. And she's a singer. Right, and she's a singer. I'd like to know what Bubba is doing. You know, that's just I liked Bubba, but you know, there you go.
They call me Mr. Tibbs.
Mr. Okay. Bessie.
Hi, Bessie.
That's my mama.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, y'all. It's been a day like I've been running. And you know, I was off a little bit because I'm totally a weather person. And where I am here in Columbia, Maryland, it was very, very cloudy today, which meant I was kind of cloudy.
Right.
I don't know why, but that's how
there can be a distinction when it's bright and sunny out and everything.
There's a name
gorgeous.
for it.
Okay,
I'll go for it. Something phobia where you absolutely need the sun. I wrote it down to tell you what it was because I couldn't. I was like, oh, I didn't know there was a name for it, but there most certainly is a name for it.
Oh my God!
I thought it never rained in Columbia though. It's like Southern California, right?
So it is so fantastic here. It's so true. I got my new headset on. Can y'all tell I adjusted the volume?
No,
we can hear you.
We can hear you just fine.
Y'all can hear me down in Lawton because I'm so loud. I can't help it. I'm gonna try to suck it in. I'm gonna try.
Don't. That's okay.
That I can be successful at it because I know after the show every week, y'all's ears be ringing like, "Whoo, Lord!" She just screamed through the whole hour. So I'm gonna work on that. I saw some friends. Hi, Sean. How are you?
Olu says it's her first time tuning in. Welcome, Olu.
Welcome.
Hi, Olu. Brazy Lee, just finished your hair. Girl, I know it's on and popping. I know you look so good. Post a picture in the comments so we can see it. Yes. Demeen was waving. Hey, cousin. And actually, Demeen's daughter, my second cousin, that would be, opened her own beauty shop Hey, so Demeen, put the details in there about Ayana's shop. So anybody looking to get your hair done in Alexandria, go to my cousin. You know, I got cousins who are quite talented.
You got people.
We got a bunch of people.
We don't need Angie's list. We have Alma's list.
We got Alma.
Hey,
exactly.
there you go.
Ask Alma.
Ask Alma.
But I tell you, I'm feeling a little left out here because y'all got all these swirls of curls.
You know.
Look at me here.
Well, you can if you wanted to.
I know this is a style. This is a style, not a condition. Okay?
Right. That's like Rodney back in the day. Somebody said something about him being bald, and I was like, "You guys know he has hair, right? He's just doing that right now."
Right.
Well, my cousin, I had an older cousin down south named Sonny. So I used to. I know Sean said, "Don't feel bad."
Feel bad, brother Lee.
I used to tease him all the time because he was bald, And he told me one day, he said, "Young blood," he said, "women have asked me for a lot of things." He said, "But ain't nobody ever asked me for no hair."
We liked him bald.
I left him alone after that. I ain't mess with him no more, man.
Oh my God!
I like a bald man. I ain't even gonna lie. I like a bald man. Although my husband has a head full of hair, a head full of locks that I totally love. So I guess if it looks good, I like a man bald. I've only seen a few that it didn't really work out that well for them, but majority of them, it looks very, very good. I want to do a shout out to my sister-in-law, Rosie. Hi, Rosie.
Hi, Rosie.
Rosie is in Seattle, and I got to give a shout out to Rosie, y'all, because my sister-in-law came to my house. Y'all know I moved in my house. We moved in June. I talk about that all the time. And Rosie came because I don't know anything about gardening or like taking care of your plants and flowers around your house. Did my sister-in-law not show up and show out?
She sure did.
I mean, she showed up and showed out. Like the neighbors were like, "Oh, we love your new landscaping." I was like, "Thank you." Oh my gosh.
Okay, so now I got the SIL. I was wondering, he's like, "Hi, SIL," and I was in my mind going,
"What's SIL?
What's that?" You got to keep up with all the initials. Okay, but I got it. All right.
Yes,
all right.
And let me clarify that for you, though, Lori. That would be sister in love for us because you can have a sister-in-law or a sister in love.
Like it.
Sisters in love.
Like it even better.
Yes. Thank you, Rosie. I'm gonna take pictures. I'll show y'all next week. It really looks good. It really looks good. My girl got roses growing and everything.
Nice.
Y'all would think it was me, but it's really Rosie. It's not me. So, what's going on, Lee? Anything going on?
I'll tell you, my heart is broken today for a couple of reasons. One, Henry Ruggs, third, who is a wide receiver for the Las Vegas Raiders. Played at the University of Alabama, national titleist, and Ruggs' claim to fame is that he is like one of the fastest men in the NFL, and he can catch. But he's so much fun to watch because he's so fast. Well, this morning at 3:40, police were saying that he was under the influence, and he ran in the back of a woman at an intersection in Las Vegas, and she died.
Oh.
And so it looks like that he's going to be charged with DUI and perhaps vehicular homicide, which is going to, prayers and love to the family of the loved one. But looks like he's done.
That is so sad.
22 years old.
Does that really mean that hard to claim because he was under DUI? I mean, does he become a distraction and so they don't want him anymore? Because he can still play ball.
Not if he's in jail.
Well, but do
they let him out on weekends
in jail? You don't think it's going to be
on weekend release?
This is pretty cut and dried.
Yeah.
The woman was sitting in an intersection and he ran in back of her.
Oh,
and her car exploded. She burned to death.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's
done.
That's
so sad. That's so
That's
sad.
horrible.
Well,
I mean, even if he pleads out, it's minimum 15 years.
No. I thought the minimum was much less.
No, not for killing somebody.
Well, but it's not intentional. He didn't intentionally kill her. He didn't say, "I'm gonna run into the back of a woman today."
You were drunk.
But he was drunk.
Yeah,
was he drunk? Was it marijuana? Do they know?
They say DUI, so whatever that is, he was.
Whatever that
driving under the influence could be.
Then you that toe up on a Monday. Dang.
Yeah.
All right.
I never had a DUI, thank God. Never had a DUI.
I know.
I did have a couple of drinks and had to drive one time, but I was driving really slow.
Well, D and I have a story about the airport. We can carry
Talk to nothing, D. Talk to nothing.
One of these days we'll share that story.
Are you talking about we were on the military base?
Yes.
I was trying to segue into that because I know my godmother was going to say, I know you wasn't drinking and driving. No, I was actually just trying to segue into this story about them on the military.
I was a passenger in that vehicle.
So, Sean says it's 6 years in some states for vehicular homicide. I thought it was more
but that's probably vehicular homicide if it really is an accident. Like if you slide off the ice or something like that. But this is a DUI in addition to the homicide.
It's mitigating when you're messed up. You know,
and he hit from behind, Michelle said.
He ain't getting sick.
Y'all gonna tell us? Are y'all gonna tell us
the
New York Times on the military base?
No.
No. Not right now.
No. You know what? It really isn't as bad as it sounds.
No, it's not.
But can I put a bow on Ruggs?
Put it like that.
The New York Times says that he faces 2 to 20 years in prison. Okay. And I got a feeling celebrity, athlete, etc., he won't do 2 years. I bet you he'll do probation.
Okay.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
I will get all the curls on your head right now. Okay. Then he gets a minimum.
He's gonna do time.
10 years. Minimum.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because
let me ask y'all this. I'm gonna ask y'all this because we got to go into the questions. But let me ask you this real fast. The shooting on set with Alec Baldwin.
Oh, that's crazy, isn't it?
Do you think that he bears any responsibility, or was it totally the responsibility of the person who's supposed to check the?
Yeah, I don't blame him at all.
Not at all. It's the responsibility. I've never heard of that title before.
But having said that, now he has some culpability because he is.
Jared, that is funny.
Yeah, I just saw that. No. Jared said, "I hope he's still fast. I hear those showers are treacherous."
I know, right? I know. But he is he's one of the producers of the movie, and so he's gonna get sued.
Either way.
So
he's prepared for that. In fact, he said he's been meeting with the family and trying to work it out.
I feel so bad for that.
As a producer of the show, he no doubt has insurance for all of that. But I've never even heard of this title, the armorer. The armorer. And I thought, okay, that's kind of cool job if you take it seriously. And
seriously,
but I think that person blew it because you have to ask, how did a live round get in that gun at the end of the day?
And
this isn't the first time it's happened.
About why did he fire at her? Because you're firing at the camera. She's like the camera person.
Yeah,
you don't
she's right
fire at the other person. You fire at the camera so they can videotape you.
She could have been in some position or something where she was just while they were, it looked like they were all outside. So she may have just been in the unfortunate line of fire. Yeah. But they can make anything fake look real. Why do you need real guns on movie sets anyway? And it's not the first. And it's not the first time. Who else died this way? Bruce Lee or somebody? Right, Bruce Lee's son. Right?
Yeah, real gun, fake bullets, and that was the deal. It was what it was loaded with was supposed to give the bang and the firepower and the blah 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 blah. And so, anywho, all right. I don't know if you go Alma's time, but I just think it's going to be not to answer your question. I think it's not going to be Alec Baldwin. I think he's messed up though. I think this is torn him up.
Right.
But
I could imagine.
But what's crazy is that it's gonna change the entire movie industry because the Brandon Lee thing should have done that.
Right.
Because there's no good reason, being a weapons expert myself, there's no good reason.
Yeah. Did you say weapons expert male.
That's what he said.
Yes, he did.
My son is too. My son is too. 82nd Airborne.
Yeah.
And
Angelique's point.
Wilson.
But there's no reason for live rounds to be on a movie set.
On a movie set.
None whatsoever.
And Javon, I was glad that she mentioned something. I can't say what she does or where she does it, but she carries one, and it's big.
And she trains them, according to her own comment. She trains those people, so that one was underqualified.
Yeah, Angelique is right, because this same armorer, she had issues on another movie.
Oh, that's
terrible. At least one.
Yeah.
And, it was. It's just nonsense. No.
Yeah, and for something so deadly, that's one. For something so deadly, that's precisely what you need to be off the set forever for, because. You don't. This little boy doesn't get a second shot at a mom. So,
or why?
The union workers had walked off set 2 or 3 days earlier because of safety concerns.
I did not know that.
So they had non-union people working there, and so they're gonna get.
It's a whole lot of going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
All righty, y'all. I want to say, get well soon to my friend Gail. Hey, Gail.
Hey, Gail.
And yes, Joshua is a weapons expert. Lee, I'm going to bring him out there when he comes home to visit.
I got a lot to show him.
That's why he moved to Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay. I'll tell Dee and Lori about that later. Okay, you guys, we have 3 questions tonight, but before we get started, I want to do 2 things. I want to welcome everybody again, because I am so grateful that you guys log on and hang out with us. Hey, I'm so happy about that and so thrilled about that. And it really, really is the only reason that we are totally successful at doing this. So thank you for your time.
Thank
you.
The
second thing I want to do is give the disclaimer. We are not real doctors, although we play one
on Facebook.
We say that the Holiday Inn Express.
Right. You know what else I wanted to do, y'all, that I forgot? I was going to text Gary Rollins and tell Gary to watch the show tonight, but I didn't figure out how to do that in time. So actually, Robin, if you're watching, can you text Gary and tell him how to watch the show? Thanks. So we are not real doctors, but we come together and we like to give you common sense advice, because we are very nice people and we are kind and we is smart. We is people. We is truthful. All of those things. So we're looking out for you. Really, when we say, no, girl, you need to get up out of there, really.
You forgot impotent.
Oh, we are impotent. That's right. So, first question of the evening. Let's hit it.
Two, 1.
Hello, I'm Rio, and I'm this week's VBR for Ask Alma. And this is for all the moms and dads out there. I need your help. Our youngest son is 18 years old, and right now he is the most disrespectful, disobedient, irresponsible, arrogant, and narcissistic person I have ever met. He's just giving it all to his mom. And when he decided to come live with us, it all hit the fan. He completely trashed his room and the guest bathroom. And after repeated attempts to get him to clean up his mess, it turned into just short of a fist fight. I told him the next step is out in the streets. He told me that if I put him out, we didn't deserve to know where he was, and he'd never speak to us again. His mom is totally against it, and she says that I need to reprimand him but not put him out. Of course, he tried to turn the whole thing around and make it my fault, just like he would make it his mom's fault. I totally disagree with his mom. He is 18 and out of control. At this point, tough love is all he'll understand. Alma, please help. What do you and your panel suggest? Me? You gotta go.
Rio, that's my brother Rio. Thank you. So to recap the question real fast, they have an 18-year-old, He is, as he wrote in, the most disrespectful, disobedient, irresponsible, arrogant, narcissistic somebody you have ever met. Trashed his room, trashed the bathroom, doesn't listen to anybody, doesn't want to do what he's told. What kind of suggestions do we have for these parents?
Wait, I have a question. Did he just move in?
So he was with the mom and he did all those things and would not follow the mom's rules.
So he's new in this house.
Then he moved to his dad's.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
But he's doing the same thing at his dad's that he did at the
Because I thought he didn't wake up 18 like this. Like he clearly Okay. So that was what I was trying to find out.
Like Lillian's right. He just didn't become that person.
Right.
Over time.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all are quiet.
Well, I was trying to let the ladies go first.
You know what?
But this is a man thing.
I was going to say that too, Lee. And it's hard out here. Rent is not what it used to be. And clearly, if he's irresponsible, that's code for he can't hold a job. But here's where the line gets drawn. When Mr. 18-year-old got my house nasty, oh no. Oh no. We're going to have a meeting of the minds real fast.
Right.
You don't have a room. You staying in my room.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't have a bathroom. You in my bathroom.
Right.
So you welcome here, but we got rules in this here house.
Yeah. And there's rules everywhere.
Even in the jail. So
even in jail,
so he needs to pull it together. But I do think it's man time. And I say that, to say this, I tell friends this sometimes. There used to be a time you could put your 18-year-old out and they could go find some place to stay and their little job would take care of them. They would be covered. Today, that really does mean homelessness. Yeah. And if he's irresponsible, etc., and maybe he has to suffer that before he can realize how good he has it. But because he's a narcissist and all of that and arrogant, he'll never come to that on his own. So that's a real tough conversation. And really, you're going to have one shot to get it right. Or you are going to have to go see what it looks like on the other side, dude.
Yeah, I do think we have some comments, and I totally agree. Like, I'm wondering what led up to this, because he's 18. So what did he do at 14 and 16? Because I think that does play a part in he seems to be acting out to me. Although I did not keep my room clean, and I used to shove everything under the bed. Like if my mom said, "You better clean that room up," I mean it. You're not going anywhere. I go, "Oh, okay." I would push everything under the bed. So like, you're
talking about one, right? You're talking about one of the list of things. Like, even, if your room was dirty, but I'm absolutely sure you were not disrespectful and disregard the adults in your house. So he has this string,
arrogant,
right? He has this string. Like, I guess he lived with his mother, and then she sent him to his father. But his father said his mother won't let me put him out, right? So he could go back home to her house,
right?
Find an aunt or uncle, maybe grandmama have him for a little while. But I know Lori is like not having the house dirty. Like, I could probably get around the bedroom and even the bathroom because I could fix that myself. But I can't.
Why you somebody?
No. I'm just, my point is that the disrespect and the just disregard for everyone else in the house is a problem.
That's all of it's a problem.
Yeah, all of it's a problem.
All of it's a problem. But it's coming to a head. You got my house nasty.
Right.
It's coming to a serious head. I agree, D.
And at 18, again, I mean, I appreciate the notion that he won't be able to go and work somewhere and maybe get a part-time job and maybe afford to live somewhere. But if he lives with me for free, then he needs to figure out how good free is.
Yeah. That, or, they have this place called the military for folks just like that.
Yeah.
But they'll put him out. How long is it going to last in there?
The military don't take those people no more. They don't do that anymore. That used to be an option.
You go to jail or go to the military, but not now.
Right. So
Lee, that we had the woman's perspective, but he's showing out with his dad. This is an 18-year-old flaring up on his dad.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to say, take the simple route and say, just, somebody need to whoop that But and that may be part of it too. But there's something up with this kid.
Yes.
There's something wrong.
He's really angry about something, and it could because his parents broke up or whatever it is. But they need to get to the root of that, because putting him out is not going to address his behavior. Right. It's just going to move it someplace else. And so what the dad needs to do, since he's staying there, is sit down and talk to him. Miss Roy Bowie here says he's absolutely angry about something. And so I think the dad needs to sit down and have a heart-to-heart with him. Tough love, but a heart-to-heart with this kid to try to get at what's eating at him. And then I think that they probably should do some family counseling to try
and lay down some ground rules. Like he has to be held accountable. Like, I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, no question about that. But at the same time, try to get to the genesis of what this is about. You know, I think that if the kid is in the least bit reasonable, he'll see that they're trying to help him. You know, because right now everything that he's getting that's being thrown at him is punitive. You know? And so if in that situation, what else is he gonna do with pushback? You know, I'm 18, you can't tell me, blah blah blah. So instead of being punitive, let's try to do something that tries to get at the core of why he's so angry.
We don't have any evidence that none of that happened already. Like, we don't know if over the teen years and even the preteen years, they may have been.
I'm willing to bet it happened.
He didn't become this person. He didn't wake up on his 18th birthday and become this
all
person.
we know is what
right. So,
maybe, you know what? But maybe he got away with it. Like, I'm not saying that they thought it was cute, but clearly they didn't do something.
Right.
Like, they never addressed him, and now he's 18 and he's worse than ever.
Yeah.
And it's like, here's the thing: when they are 10, 12, and 14, you supposed to like do something.
Nip that, right?
You check disrespect,
right?
You check disrespect. Now the selfishness, the arrogance, all that stuff kind of builds up, comes from somewhere, other influences with peers, blah 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 blah. But disrespect,
no.
You check, and you check that at 5, 7, 8.
I think some of that comes from him living with his mother for so long too, and that it doesn't sound like the dad. You know, maybe I'm making a leap here.
Right, I thought that too, Lee.
But it doesn't sound like the dad was overlording him enough. You know what I'm saying? So if he grew up with a mom and dad in the house, chances are he wouldn't be this disrespectful. He still may show out a little bit. But chances are he wouldn't be this disrespectful. So.
Well, I no. I don't even know. I know plenty of men who grew up with mothers who are not disrespectful. That's not even with the overlording and all of that. Because my brother was 6'2" and my mom was 5'1", and she still.
But not everybody responds that way. You know, one of my very best friends, he grew up without a dad. His mom was a total alcoholic. Brought men in and out of the house.
Oh, well, that's different if there's other vices involved, but not just in general that there was no dad.
Situations. I'm talking about situations. Every situation is different. And so he could have grown up to be just as hateful, just as mannish as this guy right here, but he turned out just fine, level-headed cat, you know what I mean? Got a family and all that. So everything is case by case. And so it's really hard. This is how we lose young black men, because we look at it and say, you know, whoop his ass, throw him out, get rid of him. And so that's how the streets claim him. And that's how, when you walk into your car one night with an armful of packages, you get robbed and shot, because they're so angry about something. And so we have to figure out a way to try to reverse this pathology. You know,
and I get it. I get the therapy. I think that's right on point. I think, you know, getting some help, that's right on point. But I also think early on, you really have to establish some ground rules that you are just never going to be able to cross, period. And women, don't get mad at me. I mean, you can email me. We can talk about it a little bit more. But if you're raising your boys by yourself, like, stop coddling them. I notice, and if I'm the only one, let me know. We push our girls. Oh no, you gonna do this, and you gonna be this, and you gonna. And then with the boys, it's like, oh well, and like stop.
Boys will be boys. All that.
Stop with that. Exactly. No, they need to have rules just like girls, and we need to push them just as hard and get on their case.
That's right.
And not putting all my business out in the street, but I think this is hilarious. And I think now that he is maybe 39, he will think, this is funny now. But I can remember when my nephew was staying with me and he was really tall. Hev is very tall. Y'all know Hev is tall, like 6'2" or something like that. But I had told him not to do something and he did it anyway. And I just took a piece off the vacuum cleaner. And I was like, okay, you I'm gonna tell you one more time, and the next time it's gonna be me, you, and the vacuum cleaner. And I had that thing and put him up against the wall. Now I think he allowed me to put him against the wall, actually, and he didn't push me or respond to what I was doing to him. But I think the fact that he knew he had upset me. You have not done what you were supposed to do, and so here is where we are. Then we had a conversation. So when things are happening in your house, I know, it makes your head spin. But in that moment, when my mother said you're on punishment for a week, by Wednesday, I was talking to her. She was like, get out of my face and shut up. And I was like, well, can I go outside? Because I'm thinking if I get on her nerves, she let me go. Didn't I tell you until Saturday? And like, she stuck to that.
But that's why Hev didn't come at you, because even at his height, even at his age, he had a foundation that said, no matter what happens here, I am absolutely not going to disrespect my aunt.
Right. And this is a kid who's been doing, that's why the mother sent him to dad. Yeah, it's a kid who's been doing that for whatever reasons. Whether she let him get away with stuff or he didn't check him when she told him that he did it, but he is now 18. And what he can't do is continue that way, because that's going to happen. He will use that behavior with the wrong person.
Right. And don't feel guilty that his dad is not there. Don't feel guilty that his dad is not there.
No, we don't know
what guilty that the dad is not whatever. No, I'm not. I'm talking to another kind of mother. Right. Don't feel bad because dad is what he is. You picked him and he was that when you picked him.
Yep.
Say your prayers about that and let it go. Yep. And it's your responsibility to raise your son better. Period. And you can do it. Girl, you can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
And at 18, this young man is now at a place where he can be responsible. If he played sports in school, he had to follow the instructions of.
And he has to decide now.
We play video games. He got to follow the instructions.
But we've all had some childhood. But we've all had some childhood thing that may have made us somebody else. And maybe his childhood was not as good as he wanted to be, and his parents weren't together. There's all kinds of reasons why he may be acting this way. But he's an adult now. He's going to have to make some decisions about his life. And one of the decisions is, do I want to live in this house for free with these people who love me and care about me and follow these rules, or do I want something else?
Because it's hard out there, and he doesn't know that.
He
doesn't know that.
That's a point that should not go unnoticed, is that he is 18 years old. So in the eyes of the law, he's a man.
Right. And just like Sean says, if you disrespect your parents, you don't have any respect for anybody. Yeah. And that's a good one to wrap this up, which is very, very true.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we've got some good questions tonight. That one got me a little bit riled up. I don't know.
Me too, girl.
Excuse me. Let me calm myself down. I think because I'm the mother of a son, and I know that they rise to the occasion.
But you know what? One of these nights, what I do want to talk about though is this whole psychology of violence as a tool in Black households. I talked to a friend whose doctoral thesis was about that, and I'm not.
What do you mean, like getting a whooping?
Yeah.
Okay,
you call it violence.
Let me say. Okay, let me say to the panel. It is, and let me say to the panel. because I'm grateful to my mother and father. I never got a whooping. Like,
I was a good little girl too, Alma.
I didn't get a whooping.
Me either.
No,
Never.
I ain't get none of that. Now I was put on punishment. Like, I had to stay in the house for the weekend or a week, or I couldn't go if I wanted to go somewhere after I had done something. It was like, no, you can't go. Now Gill says he is paying for that every day of his life. That's my husband. Which I think is hilarious, but no.
Well, seems Lee is sensitive to it. Because that might be why Lee is sensitive to it. He can cop to having gotten whoopings. He wasn't a good little boy.
Okay, now wait. I will say this though.
Testimonial here. No, it ain't that. I was a good little boy. But I'm saying that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about though is and we'll get into it another time. But
I think that is a good point, Lee.
Yeah, is using that as a tool in the house. That ain't always the way to go.
It's not
right.
And we have become accustomed.
We've done it for years.
We've done it for years, and it really is. I mean, that's why
if that's the first option,
right?
Partly because some people don't have the tools to do it any other way. I mean, if that's generational, that's the way, which is unfortunate.
Talk about it, right?
Which is unfortunate. Thing, I do understand that we're saying in Black households, and I do understand that we say that because we are products of a Black household. But now that they have it's not new. Now that they have those shows on, like, who done it or this, that, and the other. There are other people, non-Black people, who go through the same thing.
Yes.
So I think
it's not ours
about, right. I think that there was confusion with spare the rod. We ain't gonna get into it, but what I think that means and what a whole lot of other people think that means is two different things.
Or what the timeout chair means, because we wasn't the timeout chair kind of people. So
but you can time out and not, how it's done is very,
I was raising my hand asking my mother, because see, my mother would talk until I fell asleep.
That was my dad.
I'd be like,
please just beat me.
I'd be like, excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt you. Right. But could you just go ahead and whoop me and get
over it?
Oh my God. And then my dad would go, I really want you to think about what you did. Now tell me why you thought, now I gotta explain.
Yes. I hate that. I'm like,
okay, oh my gosh, this is so fantastic. But I gotta go to question.
But I agree, Lee. I do agree. There's an in between there.
Yes.
Slavery.
To get at this kid, because beatings, I bet you this kid has been beat and it just doesn't work. So all right, I'm sorry, Alma.
Okay, no, that was good.
Time out on the porch for a week, Michelle. Hey, you must be dead.
Which was torturous if you wanted to play. We were playing kids. If you had to sit and watch everybody else play, that was horrible.
The COVID thing could impact this too, because people are going crazy, man.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, let's do question number 2.
Dear Alma, I'm looking for advice. My man and I are both over 50. We've been together almost a year and a half now. We are great in every way, but he's not ready to live together. I'm at his place most nights though, sometimes 8 or 9 nights in a row. But he'll say, okay, you need to go home now for a few nights because I sleep better when you're not here. So I'll go home for 2 or 3 nights. I don't mind, but it makes me feel sad. I'd rather be with him. He says I snore, so it affects his sleep. But he snores too, and to me, it's worth it to be together. Opinions? I just wish we could live together.
I'd rather be with
you, Dana. Thank you, Dana. That's my cousin Dana. That was her question from last week. Sorry, not last year. Last week when she was the VVR. So recap, this woman has a friend. They are both over 50. She stays at his house a lot, sometimes 8 or 9 days, and then he'll say, you need to go home, which really wouldn't hurt my feelings, but it hurts her feelings.
No,
she says that she wants them to live together. Now, she didn't say she wanted them to get married. She said that she wants them to live together.
Homeboy tried to do that.
Ain't trying to do what? Live together?
He's trying to get married. He don't even want to live with you. So
he's set in his way. Now, two things are at play.
Exactly.
One thing is that he's set in his ways.
Number one.
And he likes his space. He likes his privacy and stuff like that. Now, I can dig that. But number two is that, trying to love two ain't easy to do. So take that for what it's worth.
Wait, what can he do in 2 days? Because, okay. So,
what can he do in
2 days? 6 hours, right?
It's the same thing you can do in an hour.
2 days is a lifetime.
It's a lifetime.
Here is my thing. That's what I was gonna say. She needs to become the 2-day girl instead of the 8-day girl. You can flip that bad boy and do 2 days. And while you're there, don't play wife. Don't cook and clean and like, girl, you
Well, she's already playing wife when she's staying there, so she's already playing wife, and so there's no need for him to marry her. She's already playing wife.
Was there any message mentioned of marriage at all? Like she doesn't. Nobody wants to get married, right?
No,
she said she wants.
She just wants to live together.
What kind of foolishness is that? So you want to not pay your rent? That's what you want.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. This is key because of what she didn't say. She didn't say nothing about him coming over there.
Right.
No, she did. Didn't she? I thought she said he goes down.
She goes for 9 days sometimes, and then he got to go. Then she got to go home.
Yeah, and he probably like, gotta go home. You trying to be.
Well, maybe his place is just nicer.
Well, whatever.
That's why she wants to move into it, because his place is nicer.
I got the feeling he doesn't have a man cave, or he wouldn't send her home. So he's like, you gotta go.
The snoring thing is easily remedied. Sure, you got more than one bedroom. You know what I'm saying? So
get out of here.
Somebody can go in another bedroom once that snoring kicks in.
Right. Or go lay on the couch.
Yeah,
it's not that hard.
Right.
Like,
so that ain't the reason.
Or if you have a glass of wine, then you don't really hear the snoring because you snoring too. It goes out over 50.
Well, if she can't stay 9 days, she can't stay 30. So he just doesn't want her living there.
He ain't feeling that.
He's not that into her. Right. She's good for the short term.
He may be very well into her. He just doesn't be. He didn't want into her full time 24 hours.
You're not into me and sending me home too. And so she's good for 9 days. That's she's the 9-day girl. She's good for what she say? Up to 9 days.
8 to 9 days.
8 to 9 days.
Because she snores every day.
And then she has to go.
She snores every day.
Right. So
but in the 9th day.
Take it no,
Dee Dee. She only snore on the 8th or the 9th.
Because she real tired. She starts snoring on the 8th and 9th day.
So
you know what she could do? She could just stop staying. Yeah, and that's really going to be the telltale. If she stops staying, I'm going to go home every night. Yeah. Then he may change his tune, or he may not.
Not every night.
Every night.
Say one night or maybe 2 nights.
Yeah.
One night.
Yeah. Because see, she said it's 9 days. It's like a 9-day weekend for her.
Right.
And homeboy's like,
Candy said they need a sleep study.
Yeah.
But homeboy's like, look, I'm trying to watch the game. I got to go to work. I just want to lay on my bed like this.
Right. Maybe he just wants to be alone.
I mean? Right. And I think that point that Lee made initially, that he obviously more than her is set in his ways. And so you like your space.
Yes.
And so that's why I said apparently he doesn't have man cave where he could just retreat.
Or maybe she follows him. Damn, if she over there for 8 days, like who stays away from their own house for 8 days if you're not in Hawaii?
Right.
Well,
I don't understand.
She is trying to live together, and what she hasn't recognized is he is not. So because she's uptight, she said nothing about getting married, but she said I'm over 50, and he ain't. Both of us are over 50, and we ain't. And he's not trying to live
2 mortgages, paying rent, whatever it is.
So exactly. She might be.
If I'm here, I shouldn't have to pay bills. Well,
But
then go home.
Lily got a good question. She cooking and cleaning and sleeping too.
There you go. She's de facto wife.
I figure she letting him buy all the groceries, come up with what we gonna eat tonight. She probably laying on the couch, what we gonna eat tonight? He like
no. See, I think if she wants to move in, I think she's the type of woman who is trying to show him the benefits of her moving in. I don't think she's the one who's just laying on the couch, but she could be.
Yeah.
But maybe she's, cooking and cleaning the bathroom and saying, here's your side and here's my side, and we can really do this. But
Angela, moving informally, there really is that's a different level of commitment. She says that there are more serious implications for moving in. And Bessie says maybe she lives at home with her mom and she's trying to get out of that house. But yeah, that is a different level of commitment if she moves in, because once she moves in, she's not leaving.
Right.
Where's she going to go after the 9th day?
I'm not really mad at him for saying like go home. Like honestly, with the question, I understand what you're saying and everything, but I am not even mad at him for asking you to go home. Like he really just wants his own space for a little while.
Yeah. Look at it, and if she is so intent on trying to make this thing work, she needs to mix it up a little bit. Instead of coming over there for 9 days, why don't she like do a Groupon thing and get them a hotel room every now and then? Mix it up. Groupon.
No, Lee. You know what? No,
that's too much work.
Need to go for 1 night or 2 nights, and then she should go home. Go home. He doesn't want you there.
Voluntarily go home.
And you should never. Go ahead, Lori. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You. I was just you were saying it as I was saying it. At the end, he doesn't really want you there. You're convenient, but he doesn't want you there. If I wanted you there, you could stay until you wanted to go home.
Right.
Exactly.
And that hasn't really dawned on her yet.
Yeah.
That boo, you're still in the accessory phase.
Yeah, because like Dee reminded you snore on night 1, 2, 3, and 5. So and the other thing is,
well, see, that's what leads me to believe that it isn't that he doesn't want her, that he's not serious about the relationship. He just at some point just wants to be by himself, because he does tolerate the snoring on day 1 through 8 and anything else that happens. He's just like, I really need you. I need you to go home. I think she should just go home. If she go home every night, then he might get tired of not having her there. I mean, I don't think that. Well, I think the age thing really speaks to the whole situation, because by 50, I remember my mom saying to me, she's gonna kill me if she hears me say this, but I remember her saying to me, I want a man in my life, but not in my house.
Right.
So
when the 11 o'clock news come on,
your way.
Put your shoes on and go to your own house. So I think that may be just where he is.
A bad thing. Like, I think if you like, 8 out of 10 things about this man, just, put fresh flowers in your own place. Because if y'all get along, you laugh, you talk, you go out together, and you have fun. The fact that he doesn't want to live together, you should respect that. I mean, it is what it is. So if you like him and everything else is pretty cool, then I would work with it. But if you want to get married, then I suggest you move on.
Because he's not your guy. He's not your guy.
Vicky Webb says that as soon as she starts initiating going home, he'll change his tune if he's into her.
Exactly.
Then Patricia says, isn't there a song?
Walk out.
How can I miss you if you won't go away? I know, right?
And you know what? At 50 something, you have
she is made a net.
What'd she say?
She is made.
I know, right? I was wondering if she did a clean. But honestly, like she said, they're both over 50. And, like Lee was saying, you're a little bit set in your ways. We all are. I mean, I've been married for 25 years. I'm still set in my ways.
Right.
And there are times, I can only speak for me and my husband, who, when I get off of Ask Alma, he always give me side eye, like, why you talking about us the whole time? But I need to say this too. I mean, there are times that, he could be watching sports on his television, and I could be, in the loft doing something different, and I'm totally okay with that. I want to live with him. I want him in my life every day. But there are
Mhm.
times that, you know, I'm doing Hallmark and he's doing NFL. That's fine. It's okay. But if he's asking you to go home, he's not even ready for that, which is okay.
Which is okay, but also could mean, Alma, that that place doesn't have the space. That's what I meant when I said he obviously doesn't have a man cave.
Right.
Because if that's the case, it didn't matter. I'm escaping down here
Well,
to watch the NFL.
I think he could have a man cave and still have his own space.
Yeah,
He wants us to go.
I don't know that he doesn't have a man cave. It sounds to me like she following him around the house, man.
Me too, Lee. Me too.
You know,
like I said,
that's what it sounds like
I
to
don't
me.
want to say desperate, but
Needy, very needy. She's coming off as needy. Okay, all right.
Like,
all right.
you know what? Honestly, if you don't like sports, don't sit by your man while he watching. Go do something else. Like, you honestly, if you want to have a great marriage 101. Let's say you want to do something and he really doesn't want to do it, or you want to paint something and he really doesn't want to do it, or anything. When he watching sports, girl, go get it done. Like,
do it.
You don't need to be sitting there
When
trying
he's
to
out of
make
your
You
way.
can swipe all of the credit cards while Gabe is on one. I am not cooking chicken. I'm at the mall.
10-second story. 10-second story. One of my partners, y'all know these people, I remain nameless, was they were kicking it one time, and he was over at her place Sunday. He trying to watch the games and stuff like that. And you know, when our favorite team is on, you know, we fanatics, you know.
Yeah.
And she was like forever asking him every 30 seconds, you want some more to eat? You want another soda? You want some more to eat now? I said, and he said after a while, he was like, look, I'm going to go to the crib and watch this game now. You know, come on. No. If I get hungry again, I'll let you know. You know?
That bothers me, though. Let me just say that out loud. When a grown woman ask a grown man, are you thirsty? Are you hungry? Do you want to? That it makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. It's like he is not 9.
Right.
And he has figured this damn thing out for 50 years without you asking. It is one of those things.
And I appreciate if somebody wants to fix my plate. I appreciate that. But, you know, after that, I can handle it myself, you know?
Well, I can be I like to fix Gill's first plate. And you know what? Honestly, I'm going to be truthful. It has nothing to do with him. It's all about me being controlling, and I don't want the food to
look at you
rush up against each other. Like, and
it has to be presentable. It can't be just thrown on the plate.
I'm all about it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hospitality.
Let's be clear about what's happening here, right? Yes,
I get that.
Yeah, see, all these years, 25 years, he probably thought it really is out of the goodness of my heart, babe. Really, it is. But that first one, I need to have presentation, and that's what I'm doing.
The food can't touch. Is that what it is?
No, it's just the way it's presented.
It's just
like
how you plate.
Because I know some people that the food can't touch.
Right. No, we're talking about just piling it on the plate to eat. That's unacceptable. It needs to have some cohesiveness. Right.
And sometimes you can lay the pork chop on some of the rice, but it has to be presented a particular way.
You got all these people agreeing with you. Who is this, Melissa?
And you can mess around and starve waiting for that to happen, but you will be happy when you get the plate.
And, you know, maybe one of the 3 things is a little bit cold now because you've been playing it for how you going to put it on it.
And it's colorful. You will never get a gray plate from Alma.
But as it, you know, I think as plating should be, and that's not to me, that's not a big deal because you don't feel obligated to do it. You know, you don't feel obligated to do it.
It's not your
you
job.
Want to do it. And so, you know, the plating is, if you work with a chef before, etc., plating is everything. You know, and if you can bother to cook it, then you know, okay, got that. But that's not these 2 people
no
deal.
No.
You know, sis needs to get it together to see boo.
Right.
Really?
Now, one night we need to have in our preamble here, we need to have a conversation about foodisms.
Foodism.
Oh, you know, I have
What's a foodism?
Well, what we talked about, plating and all.
Oh yeah.
I had a partner. At USA Today. It used to drive me crazy. Well, I grew up with this dude. He drove me crazier because we would sit down. We had lunch. We would sit down and eat. He would eat his dessert first.
Oh no!
Then he would eat his French fries.
Okay.
Then
one at a time.
And then he would eat his sandwich.
Right.
And so he would go backwards. And why does
that bother you? Who cares?
I would be like this.
Why would that bother you? Who cares what order you eat the food in?
You're supposed to take a bite of it.
Now I tell you, we're gonna talk about food. And I tell you what drives me crazy is when people smell their food.
That's rude. That's rude.
That now, if you want to eat your dessert, smell it. Like put it on the fork, sniff it, and then eat it.
I don't know people.
Oh, listen, I have a friend who's so good at it. She's so good at it that you don't know she's doing it. I mean, she's great at it. Like I know, but you don't know the way she does it. You wouldn't know she's doing that. She smells every bite. Every bite. And there are a lot of people who smell their food before they eat it.
That's crazy.
I've never heard of that.
I find it to be utterly rude.
Isn't it rude? Yes, it is rude.
I find it utterly rude.
Fred Gaskins refused to put ketchup on his French fries.
Okay.
To irritate me. every day in the USA Today cafeteria, I'll be sitting there like this. I'm just waiting. Are you gonna put the ketchup on that?
You gonna put the ketchup?
I don't put ketchup on my fries. I put it on the side.
He wouldn't do that.
Because he didn't want French. What? You don't have to have ketchup on your fries. You can eat fries by themselves.
He wanted to irritate me. He was just looking at me eating. I'm like,
oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Well, you know what, Lee? That says something because Fred was always very lighthearted.
Oh,
just to aggravate you.
What did you do to Fred?
Exactly.
I want to know why Lee spent so much time watching other people eat.
No, it's like, come on now.
Because he's got the French fries and the person that eats the food in the reverse order. I think you should eat the food. Yeah, people eat breakfast for dinner.
Look at the minister. I got it.
I haven't seen. Did she? Oh yeah, there she is. That's true.
Bessie said she stopped going out with a guy because he ate his fries with mayonnaise.
I know. Man,
I know. There's something wrong with him. Cereal.
You see people do that. You know.
I eat mine with ketchup and mustard.
Okay, you know what I use for everything? I'm not even gonna lie. When I go to ChickfilA, I grab all that honey barbecue, roasted barbecue. I put that on everything. Eggs, fries, my sandwiches. I'm telling you, it's so good. But not the mayo on the fries. I know I'm right there.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
He wasn't raised right. If he put
man, you gonna blame his mama.
That's cold-blooded right there.
So I know.
Wow. You never been to ChickfilA? You ain't never been to ChickfilA.
Why, Lillian? You've been deprived.
Get the waffle fries, Lillian. Get the waffle fries.
Get that salad with the what's the dressing, Alma? The avocado ranch. Woo! And you all know I'm not a salad girl. You all know that the salad is the last thing that I'm eating. And that salad with the avocado ranch at Chick-fil-A is for real.
So I know a dude that used to travel with hot sauce.
Oh yeah, I know a couple of those people.
So did Hillary Clinton.
So did one of our coworkers. I don't want to really call her by name, but she worked in money.
Yeah,
little petite woman.
What's her name?
Didn't wear her shoes outside. She used to have a little bottle of some spicy stuff all the time
with her.
Really?
Yes.
In her purse? Yeah. In her purse?
In her little R2. There was always some little spicy.
Everybody kept.
But she had to get there. I'm sure she carried it other places as well.
Brenda said they put mayo on fries in Belgium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Girl, when we go, we can mix the ketchup and the mayonnaise.
That's the special sauce. That's the Whopper special sauce. I mean, not the Whopper, the Big Mac.
Yeah, Hot Springs, Arkansas, we use ketchup. Now, is it ketchup or ketchup?
Ketchup.
It should be Chick-fil-A honey roasted barbecue. Hey, y'all know what? I want to tell y'all something I did today before we end the show because it's 8 o'clock already. Oh my gosh,
we only did
so
2 letters,
fast.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys know on PBS there's a new show called Alma. It's a little girl. She's like 10, and you like go into her world. So I watched it today. It was so good.
Is it a cartoon?
Yes, it's a cartoon.
Okay.
So you
And the
guys,
main character's name is Alma.
Alma, she is so cute. She was like, "What am I going to get into today?" I was like, "Girl, don't you know?"
Somebody took your story and made a cartoon and didn't pay you. You need to find out. You need to find out who that is.
And watch the Wonder Years. Watch the Wonder Years. It's getting
the
better,
new one, right?
Better. Yeah, it's getting better.
Well, now is it now? It's the same time period, but it's a black family. Is that what it?
Right now, it's like let's see, King was killed in 68, so it's 68.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the focus is instead of the family that was on there before, now it's another family, a black family. Okay.
Yeah.
I think y'all should be watching In the Heat of the Night.
I do.
Love that one too.
Watch.
Yeah.
There's quite a few old series that I've kind of gotten hooked on. Again, like what is this? What are the people that hide you? In plain sight.
Oh, in plain sight.
Yeah.
You know what got me through the pandemic? I ain't even gonna lie. I thought of myself as an employee. Grey's Anatomy. I had never watched it. Through the pandemic. I was all in. Yes, absolutely. Okay, y'all, it's 8 o'clock. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, that was quick,
Bubba and
it went real fast. Yeah,
you know it, Bubba and Tiz.
Y'all can talk.
You know what?
Y'all
sure can't talk. I got a request earlier today, so I'm going to ask you guys on the live show. So our friend Dottie Enrico would like to join this panel.
My girl
Y'all
Dottie.
game to have Dottie on this panel?
My girl Dottie.
Okay, Dottie is asking for the Tuesday, the week of Thanksgiving.
Cool.
So let me know if y'all game, and I think that'll be a fantastic panel to have Dottie on here with us. She said that we need some Asian representation on this bad boy.
I know, right?
I said I cannot agree with you more. So that should be fantastic. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. It was wonderful to hang out with you guys. You know, I love y'all on the panel. Love y'all. Love y'all. Love you. We will be texting and talking and seeing each other later. Because y'all know what? Just because the show goes off, we keep it going.
That's right.
It's like bloopers.
Exactly.
Ask Alma bloopers.
Good night.
See y'all next Tuesday at 7
everybody.
Bye,
Good
night. Manisha.
Happy November.
John,
Miranda,
Tracy,
Patricia.
Bob Brand up at Walk Out. Bye, y'all.
Peace.
Bye.